Clayton Curtice lives in San Francisco and writes both poetry and prose. He has perfected the pensive writerly look, and he is pursuing his bachelor's in creative writing here at SF State. Please welcome Clayton.
Thank you for that. I didn't send you a bio, so. All right. So this is a piece called Life on Pause. When the chores are done, Patrick normally gives me my pharmaceuticals. I enter the bathroom and open the medicine cabinet. Zoloft, Xanax, lithium. I can never tell which is which. I remove some bottles and try to read the labels. A tunnel warps my vision, my body tenses. The letters on the bottle morph detached from their roots. Impossible to read. My breath hastens. I grip the doorframe and steady myself. Tears wet my face, into my mouth, savory my tongue. I turn towards the bedroom. I see him lying there, still spiritless. I walk to him and reach my hand out, lingering over his chest. His eyes are closed but sleepless. There's an ache starting in the marrow of my bones. From my heart, the pain vibrates, swelling out into the muscles of my arms, splintering through my nerve system. Patrick died last night. His body's currently stiffening under the sheets of our bed, decaying rapidly. I would call an ambulance to take him away, but I cannot. Bacteria grows on telephones, devious and cunning, spreading an infestation through my immune system. Patrick administered my dosage. The doctors gave him specific instructions about the medication. When I don't take them, I can feel my mind flexing, adjusting chemicals to an unmanageable balance. Anxiety rises, it knots and twists, viscid to the lining of my stomach. I sit on the edge of the bed next to Patrick and adjust the collar of his pajamas, readjusting it again. I remake the bed over Patrick, making sure 2 1/4 inches of quilt are hanging on each side. I go to the dresser and refold the clothes, making sure they are coordinated by color, 2 rows stacked in 4s. And as I fold, my nail snags on a loose string. I begin to pull on the string and pull, and it strands in an endless contortion, and I pull. Finally, the string comes undone. Now I have ruined Patrick's shirt. My hands constrict around it. I rip it down the center, listening to the pop of the fabric as it's torn. I shred it, and I open my mouth to scream, but I can't. I can't scream. My body won't let me without my pills. I take the shirt to the garbage and return to Patrick. I stare at the creases on his face, rippling across his skin, the dark languid circles under his eyes. I touch his hair. It's greasy, thinned and gray, almost gone. I touch the bridge of his nose and move towards his lips. They're frigid and blue. I separate them and look at his teeth, short and stained from years of smoking. He looks happy to have died in his sleep, comfortable and well-rested. I stand and move towards the bathroom. I look into the mirror at my own face. My cheeks sag with age. My teeth are worn as well, but from years of medication. My nose is crooked at the bridge, a feature I was born with, a haunting reality of imperfection. I look into my eyes, yellowing where it was once white. Blood vessels snake towards the gray-blue iris. I can see my disorder working in my mind and deviating from its routine. Without drugs, my mind will turn against me. I'll be incapable of making rational decisions, wrapped in repetition, descending into the depths of my debilitating frailty. I open the medicine cabinet and scan the drugs. An assortment of antidepressants, anti-anxieties, mood stabilizers, all staring at me, shaking in their identical orange bottles, laughing. They know I need them, exist on some level only because of them. I swipe my hand across the shelf, knocking the bottles onto the floor, spilling them onto the tile. I can hear them mocking me, colluding. I crush them under my heel. Into the tile, I crush them into powder. They cackle as I do. I cry. I cry and I crush the pills under my heel. They remain silent. Before Patrick, I lived in an institution. My mother liked to condemn my father for putting me there. She never came to visit. She just drank and pretended and blamed, until one day the doctor came and told me she had died from liver failure. I blamed my father. Patrick came to visit his dying sister. He told me she had attempted suicide, saying she was a danger to herself due to depression brought on by her schizophrenia. She died of an overdose after we were married. He blamed his father. The pills are in disarray on the bathroom floor. I pick them up and put them into a small pile next to the sink. I retrieve a broom and clean up what is left. I put the bottles back into the cabinet with the labels facing out. I count them 2, 3 times to make sure I didn't miss any. I walk over to Patrick, still lying on his back, decomposing on the mattress. I sit next to him and put my hand on his. It's cold and flexible around his joints. I can only assume his death, like many, was a product of his habits. I stand and move to the foot of the bed, Patrick's body permeating the atmosphere, thick and toxic, looking empty. Despondent, I walk to the living room. I sit, scanning the furniture, now becoming foreign. On the edge of delirium, the walls liquefy in my vision. I shorten my breath, careful not to inhale out too much pollution. I am stuck in this house, prisoner. The threat of madness looming above my head like a dark cloud, slashing my soul into daily rudimentary tasks, paralyzing my ability to function in any ordinary fashion. The walls close in on me. I begin to sweat and feel the filth cling to my skin. An ache I feel coursing through my veins, something I need to do, something that needs to be done. I can smell Patrick's body, a putrid odor of compost rotting away in our bed. I glance at a picture of him. His smile, full of joy, genuine. Not the man in the other room, a shell. I touch the glass of the picture frame and it's cold, like Patrick. I'm discomforted. My cheeks wet with tears. I pick up the portrait and take it to our room. He's still there, quiet and serene. I place the picture on the mantel above the bed. My pills are what stabilize me in reality. I need them to be whole, to function as an entire person. I pace slowly to the bathroom. I pick up the pill from the pile on the counter. Yellow, oval, a source of sanity, comfort in my own body. The pill dampens from the sweat on my fingers. It sticks and slips in equal amounts. I fill a glass of water from the tap and look through the liquid. I see the minerals, particle of earth and grime and life swimming through the cup. My own reflection. I place the yellow pill in my mouth and swallow hard, and I feel it slither down my throat. I pick up the blue pill and do the same, then a red, and another blue, and a pink one, unaware of the effect, feeling that anything will help at this moment. I walk to Patrick, but my movements are slow. The floor feels gelatinous, pulling at my heels. My head begins to throb, but everything is clear and focused. I lay next to him above the blankets. I turn my head and look at him, my husband, caretaker, my friend. My head burns in sharp jolts of electricity. I can feel the pills activating mechanisms in my mind, but the burns continue, angry and biting at my nerves. The room begins to darken. The throbbing in my head presses on. I reach to rub my temples, but my arms are heavy. They are no longer an extension of my body, detached, flailing about by their own will. I try to relax, still myself like Patrick, but I twitch and jerk silently next to him in bed. I hold his hand, raw and bony. I close my eyes, extending from my body, drifting above the bed, my mind expanding outwards towards something bigger, towards Patrick. And as I lay there, twitching, ascending, something touches my face. It's warm and calming, and I hear a voice, deep but almost soundless.